Traveled to China, Kobe called me and said he found one white lady at the nightclub. Then later on, Kobe told me that the white lady is pregnant for him. He told me that he was getting married to Emily. I found this very difficult. It will be difficult for you to understand their own culture because, you know, us in Cameroon, we have our own culture. Movies, we see how white women behave. They're very bossy. That all of us, what we are wishing is to see the character of Emily. It was Kobe.
All right, boom. Last week, I spoke about how the matter of fact, when it comes to Kobe and Emily, the only reason they're together is because they had a one-night stand and she got pregnant. The friend obviously pretty much confirms that right here, or pretty much obviously repeats pretty much what I said last week, right? And what we knew. And even the friend was still a bit like, but you're still going to move to America for this woman? You don't even know who she is. But obviously Kobe was like, listen, she's my woman, she's got my kids, so it is what it is. And listen, really and truly, you know, has it worked out for the best? I'm going to be nice and say yes, it has. Even though they are still living in mommy and daddy's freaking basement, it has worked out for the best because they are generally in love. You know, I don't question how they feel about each other. To be honest with you, you know, Kobe doesn't give me vibes as somebody that is not in love with Emily. You know what I mean? And Emily doesn't necessarily give me vibes as if she's not in love with him. Do you know what I mean? She seems to be loving life and enjoying what she's got. Obviously, being able to be a stay-at-home mum, while obviously he goes out and works and whatnot and comes back home. And he obviously now has 3 beautiful kids that he obviously loves, and they've got a family that they're building on, which is good. So to be honest with you, their relationship may not have started the way I would like a relationship to start, but it's worked for them. You know, so kudos for them, right? But this season here, obviously, we're now going to find out, obviously, you know, how things are going to be this time they're in Cameroon. Because before, when we met these two, this was based on Kobe coming to America. And obviously, we saw how his life was when it came to adapting to Emily's family and also adapting to an American woman. And it definitely wasn't easy because, just like the friend said, Emily's definitely got that little bit of arrogance behind her, and she definitely has that bossy side to her as well. Things that, again, like I said last week, isn't something that is necessarily known or, you know, or encouraged when you come from an African country. You see what I'm saying? Okay, and obviously in this situation, it is Cameroon. And to be fair, I got a bone to pick about this because before they flew, you know, they were like, yeah, we're going to Africa, and I'm like, you go to Cameroon? Like, sorry, I just have this personal issue where there's a lot of people in this world that generally think that Africa is a freaking country when it's a freaking continent. So I really wish if Africans and old people that whenever they actually come to an African country, they actually say they're going to that country. So it just bothers me, man. It's like, for example, nobody says, hey, I'm going to Europe. You say, no, I'm going to England. No, I'm going to Italy. I'm going to Spain. I'm going to Germany. You know, I'm going to freaking Europe. You know what I mean? Even when people go to the States, to be honest with you, usually say, yeah, I'm going to go to Chicago. You know what I mean? Yeah. If I said, hey, I'm going to go over, I'll be like, I'm going to New York. You know what I mean? And that's why so many people think that Africa is a freaking country. It's a continent. Africans do better, and everybody else do better too. But anyway, let's just continue. Just wanted to rant about that one.
This is very foreign to us. We've never had this experience.
It's the same thing like when I first moved over to America, everybody's eye was on me. So I had to, you know.
My favorite part about Cameroonian clothing is definitely like the bright colors and the patterns. I like to embrace the culture of my husband.
Honestly, so far, I've had nothing but respect for Emily this season so far. I mean, it's only 2 episodes in, but I'm enjoying her energy towards, you know, obviously, her energy this season just seems so much better than before, which is nice to see.
As beautiful as these Cameroonian clothes are, there's part of me that feels a little disingenuous being up at their house and not knowing anything about their culture. I just want to be one big, happy, blended family, but I'm worried that they won't accept me and they'll disapprove of this marriage.
I love that energy. I love the fact that she's worried because it means that she's hopefully put herself in this mindset where she's willing to do what it takes to make the family happy, okay? To make the family obviously, you know, like her, and to make sure that both families can be blended well. Because that is something that, if you ask me this question, the season that these two are on, do I see Emily going to Africa, or sorry, going to Cameroon, and I just did that, going to Cameroon and, you know, being this person, blah, blah, blah. I would have said, hell no. I can see her going there and everybody disliking her because she's going to have this arrogance, this attitude that, you know, it's not going to be nice to witness, blah, 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 blah. But it's nice to see that she's in a position mentally where she's willing to, you know, make sure that everything works. Now, whether or not that's going to obviously happen throughout the season, we don't know, because obviously the season's only begun. But I really do hope to see more of a positive storyline when it comes to Emily and Kobe this season, rather than seeing a more negative one. Because the first time we saw them, it was definitely a negative experience, you know, obviously watching them. So far it's looking better. And let's be real, there are some couples from 90 Day that, generally speaking, they're probably really happy off camera. But whenever they film, some of them started to act as if they're unhappy, to be honest with you. And I do feel like this couple is a couple that generally is happy off camera. So I really hope that we can see more of that throughout the season, especially after seeing them on 90 Day Diaries, to be honest with you. Seeing them on that season, seeing them on that little segment they had, they definitely look like a couple that have come a very, very long way and are doing amazing things. Of course, they're still going to have minor issues here and there, which we will obviously mostly see throughout the season. But I hope the issues that they do have are going to be realistic issues that we can actually speak about and obviously give our own opinions on, rather than being things that are not realistic and we're just like, oh, it just feels like they're just making you do this. Do you see what I'm saying? But either way, though, let me know your thoughts and your opinions. And now we're going to move on to the final couple, I believe. Yes, let's get into it.